Welcome back to Nat's Knackers Yard. I'll be Nat, this be my Knackers Yard in the After Dark edition. Why is it dark? It's been a lovely day. I've been doing stuff with the missus, and the kids has gone out and pissed around and had all sorts of fun. Why? Because it's great fun and I love them to bits. But other things, life, family, sickness, nothing in my household, nothing for me, but it does kind of reassess your priorities periodically, and this fundamentally is a hobby. It may impact the channel, I may have less uploads, but we'll see how it goes. I'm just kind of reassessing priorities at the moment. I've done a little bit of tinkering. I haven't sorted out that gasket because I've been out in the sun having fun with the kids and trying out tents and all sorts of stuff. So I haven't attacked that. I haven't tried to start it. I haven't done anything else. What I have done is I've made a big beef alley bracket for the indicators and chuck some paint on it. So that's going to go on, and that is all cool. I've got a bit of pissing around to do with it, but that's fine. The big bit of news, I suppose, is the fact that I've got the tank kicking through and I've got my beer going. I haven't changed my priorities that much. I'm going to try and persevere. So I'm going to try and get the worst out of that tank so I can get it on the bike and see if I can get it running. So what? It's got me old... am I going to have enough light to see in that bin? Probably not.
And this came up a couple of times at your event.
There's my torch. You see all my rubbish. That's what I was looking for. I was just critiquing another YouTuber for filming in the dark early, and I'm doing the same. So I've got my cheapy soda crystals in there. Got a load of water in there. I've blocked up the turn my torch off, you nugget. There we go. I've blocked up the petcock hole, and I'm just going to leave this to run throughout the week, I think, as much as anything else. Is that a quick burn there? It's really quite difficult to get a decent amount of metal in the top on the positive side to attract the rust without it hitting any of the metal. I've basically sliced a chunk out of a lid as an insulator, and I'm just basically going to keep fucking around with that throughout the week as much as anything else. Negative on a bit of bare metal where the paint's gone, positive on this end, and it will attract, probably the wrong word, but it will attract the rust from the inside into the positive element there. And that's not been going for that long. Nice little spark there, and you can see the guns that it's picking out already. I'll have to lift that a bit so it's not touching the metal. Oh, I'll do it with two hands later. But yeah, I should if I've been thinking to more channel centric, I would have done a before and after type thing, but you know, it's pretty grotty in there, and I just want to see what I can get out of it, and then I want to chuck it on the bike. I need to sort out the clutch first, clutch cable first, and then see if it works. I'm getting worse at this. My fucking battery just died in the middle of that. What was I saying? Yeah, throughout the week, it's been an interesting one as far as the bike's concerned. In the broader world, though, it's been the first week of the expansion, excuse me, yawning away, expansion of the ultra-low emission zone, the ULEZ zone, into Greater London, much to the dismay of many. It's actually hit the national press, which Arguably it should have done a fucking long time ago, but the money-grubbing bastard that he is, Sadiq Khan has pushed it further. All sorts of absolute bollocks appearing in the national press. Sadiq Khan waxing lyrical about all the children that it's saving, the 4,000 cases a year of respiratory disease that's killing people, that there is no direct link to air pollution, but hey, it's breathing, so it's probably related. Cunningly ignoring the 12,000 cases of knife crime that was reported last year within Greater London. So, you know, 3 times more likely to get stabbed than you are to have respiratory issues, respiratory issues full stop, let alone any link due to the ULEZ zone. Let alone the fact that the air quality indicators around Greater London are fine. I have the AQI app on my phone and I've been monitoring it quite closely. It's all in very, very low figures. Numerous instantiations, it's been a long day and I've had a beer, of people going around London with the air quality testers and checking on the street and in public transport, and fundamentally it's the tube is where it's highest, which isn't a surprise at all. It's underground, it's a tube, that's where it comes from, and all of the particulates within that, and anybody that happens to live near one of the many exhausts that come out of the tube are in just as much of a bad state. But I'm in danger of turning into a tinfoil hat wearing lunatic like several others that aren't lunatics and don't wear tinfoil hats but keep pointing the shout and have done for a long time. At least Khan's come up and said it's got nothing to do with paper mile road charging, and that's not one of his policies that he'll be pursuing should he get elected again. For one, he won't get elected again. This has killed his mayoral hopes ULEZ has. And for two, ULEZ expansion wasn't in his manifesto either, and yet he managed to do that. So I would say I don't believe him as far as I throw him, but he's only a little fucker. I reckon I could throw him a bloody long way, and I would pay for the opportunity. You may be wondering why the exhaust is out. One of you guys said, fuck me, I'll paraphrase you, fuck me, that's loud, it deserves to be on a track. Have you got any ideas, any plans to quieten it down? I haven't. Well, I kind of have. Trying to get exhausts that go down to 36mm is really hard, and I've had to codge those down to the level, although they said it on the website, on eBay, that they would go down that far. They don't, not by a bloody long way. I do have this 4-to-1 or 2-to-1, I suppose, because it's twin exhaust to start with. It is hold to death. I have once tried welding. I completely fucked it, so I have utterly bodged it to see whether or not I can bodge it. I may carry on with the bodging and go for a wrap, at least as a temporary measure, just to quieten it down and getting it running off one. I don't know. That might be an evening project throughout the week, just to see what I can achieve, and then wrap it to cover up what a fucking disaster it's going to look like. A few of you guys are saying, is it hot because it's running lean? Ugh. Doesn't look that lean to me. I don't know, I'm happy to be corrected, people. Ooh. What do you think? Is that lean? If anything, that looks slightly rich to me. Although now I look at it under camera light, the actual the electric connection does look a little bit white. I don't know. I haven't rejetted it for AirPods and for straight through pipes. If I remember correctly, it was jetted quite high in the first place, which is how I probably would have done it going up. I mean, rule of thumb, your standard jetting +1, not one numerically as in one size on your main jet for pods, +1 on your main jet for dodgy exhausts or different exhausts or free flue exhausts like these are. I think this was jetted high to start with. I will have a look, and I'll go back on my old videos and have a look. and see what it reckoned. But me, I don't know. I haven't had a play with the electrics. I just haven't had time. I haven't really had a play today, to be brutally honest. Yeah, so what am I doing now? I realised that the last one was a bit of a negative because it was pissing me off. Projects piss you off. They rarely work first time. Oh, well, certainly for me they don't. I'm not good enough or experienced enough to get it to work first time every time. Oh, just pop that because it had a connection. Yeah, I struggle to get it right first time. Again, it's got the connection going again, it's charging. So I will keep tinkering until it works. But what point am I going to give up? I want to sort out that head gasket, or the top gasket. See if I can get decent seal at the top. See if that cures the oil leak. I then want to check my oil levels because I think it's draining out of that stator what looks like a blowhole or a release hole because it's got too much oil in it. I don't know. Part of me says if it's got a natural oil release there, it's probably got too much oil in it. I don't think so, but we'll see. We'll see. I'm grasping at straws. I'm going to put the put the number plate on, put the indicators on. If for no other reason than if I abandon this and fucking sell it on, at least it's, you know, a more formed bike post that. And plus I keep tripping over bits that I bought for it, so why not just strap them on if nothing else. So I'm going to get that done throughout the week. I might do an update during the week and just say, oh, look how much muck it's got off it. I might not. Want to get that to a half decent condition. Once it's flushed out, etc, etc, get some fuel in it just to protect the guts more than anything else. Get the petcock back on it. I may even buy a new one because that one's kind of sealanted together as much as anything else, so I can get the tank on if nothing else, and then see if I can get it running more naturally and ideally get it moving. Now, bearing in mind, by getting it moving, tyres are pretty shot, but they'll hold air long enough to get up and down the hill. But that's it. I certainly won't be taking it down the block. I just want to see if it moves. I need to sort out the clutch cover to see if that can clutch cover the clutch mechanism, so they can get a half decent gear change out of it as well. And I just want to see if it moves. If it's still leaking oil, yeah, there's more to go with that. But I just want to get it moving. It needs to. I think psychologically, if nothing else, I need to make it move. Don't get me wrong, massive step forward by getting it to make noise, but I want to get it to move. All of that is probably going to have to wait till next weekend because it's a busy week. It's always a busy week, and throughout the week in the evenings I may well have little digs at that exhaust and see if I can fix it. That said, in saying it's a busy week, this week on Thursday, I have to check the calendar. I said before about doing a day's welding course. It's this week, I think Thursday. Taking the day off work. It's about 45 minutes away, I think. I can't remember. I'll look it up before Thursday. I was going to do it earlier. It got delayed because the guy's missus had a backup. Life got in the way, and particularly with some health issues within my own family, I'm never going to bitch about that. You know, the guy got his priorities right completely. What it does mean is I think on lunchtime I'm going to be axe throwing or something fucking ridiculous. But hey, I may have a word with him and see if I can film bits and pieces or at least take photos. It's an introduction. It's a day's introductory course. My welding is atrocious, as you may well have seen on this channel. It might be because I've got the world's cheapest welder, but you know, proper craftsman blames his tools and all of that. You know, I do want to. It's something I want to get better at. Between myself and the missus, we're now the stage in our 20-year marriage that we've got enough stuff, so we tend to buy each other experiences and courses, and what have I got her in the past? Chili Pilates lessons, and you know, no more keck to fit in the house. The kids do that on their own. She got me a welding course because I said I wanted to do one, and I get the opportunity to do it. I think that was a Christmas present, and it's coming up to September. Oh no, it's birthday actually, so taking 4 months. I just want to get better, and there's only it's sacrilege because it's going on YouTube. There's only a certain amount you can learn through YouTube. I think you need to be sat next to somebody that knows better and can talk you through bits and pieces, and that's entirely the intention. I think the course is MIG and TIG. I may get the buzz. I may go, oh yeah, this is brilliant. I need to get better stuff and have to shell out a fortune for a TIG welder or even a better MIG welder. I don't know, but I just want to get better at it. And it's kind of, you know, that's stopping me from whacking too much sealant on that, because I may come back all enthused with a bit better idea of what I'm doing and be able to do that, because that is just steel. It's not stainless steel. That is weldable, albeit not by a fuckwit like me with no ability, talent, or really rudimentary equipment. Right, it's a ramble, it's late at night, I need to go inside because it's starting, well, I say it's starting to get cold, it's fucking red as at the moment, it's great. It's a shame I'm not painting, it's great paint conditions. Yeah, that'll do me. Updates on that in the week, I'm sure. I think if I can be asked to get my hands dirty of an evening, because it'll be late, I might try and redress that slightly crushed gasket that's gone in the wrong direction. Hopefully, touch wood, that might cure some of the leaks at the front end, because I think that's where the oil's coming from, is out that one gap. I hope the oil that's coming out the stator cover, and the fact that there's a bit of a slash in that stator cover base, is as an oil reservoir anyway, as an overflow, and maybe it's just overflowing, I don't know, I do not know. And I'll sort out that indicator bracket that I've just made up myself and bang that on. That'll do me. A lot of rambling, it's dark, I need more beer, and I want to sit down. Cheers all, catch you later, ta-da.